Welcome to Raising Real Humans. My name is Dr. Brian Razzino, and I want to talk to you about something that is very, very familiar in every family's life with children today. Let's say that your child comes home and they're really excited to share something with you. And this is great because maybe they don't even talk to you half the time when they come through the door, answer your questions with fine and that sort of thing. But this time they're really excited, except they want to talk to you about Pokemon. They want to talk to you about Minecraft. They want to talk to you about all those video games online that you could probably care less about. And while they're talking, you probably zone out a little bit if you're like me, because you have no context for these sorts of things. The vocabulary is different, the terminology is different. It's just so foreign to what we're dealing with today. So what I want to encourage you to do is resist the impulse that a lot of us have, which is to reach for that phone, look up what they're talking about so that we can kind of make sense of it and not be bored out of our mind. While we're listening and nodding along, we might think that we're doing them a favor and giving them attention and that sort of thing, but we're also looking on our phone. We're missing a valuable opportunity. I'm going to talk to you about why reaching for that phone, and your child probably will encourage you to reach for that phone. They may even get their phone and look, try to show you. I want you to resist this impulse because I think that's going to be one of the most powerful parenting decisions that you can make in this situation. And that's what we're going to talk a lot about on this channel. First of all, that this phone reach feels super helpful. I mean, technology is here to help, right? But the thing is, you're missing the most valuable thing there, which is the interaction with your child. You're putting the phone between you and them. So what you're not knowing, you're not getting what they're talking to you about is the most valuable force operating in that interaction. Because what it means is it asks you to force them to slow down, think about what they're saying, organize it, sequence it into logical steps. That, my friends, is narrative thinking at its finest. And I'll tell you what, it's going to serve them wonderfully, brilliantly in adolescence and beyond. If you can help them do that, man, you're delivering gold, my friend. Instead of outsourcing this, let's bring it down into our relationship. They have to reach for the vocabulary. They have to find the adjectives. They have to think of the language that's going to be able to present this image to you. They're going to have to take your perspective and describe it to somebody else as though they know nothing about it. Think about that in a conversation, how well that serves your child moving forward. If they can think about what the other person might be missing and that person needs to know in order to get the point that they're trying to make, wow. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Let's not trade that 30-second convenience and rob them of that workout. And it is a workout. I call it friction. We call it developmental friction. The kids, like I said, they're going to want you to reach for that phone. They're going to want to do it themselves because it's hard. They're going to get stuck. They're going to get frustrated. Slow it down. Connect with them. You really are interested. You want to know. And let them let you into their world. The tips I want to give you, they're moves that you can make. One is try to stay in the not knowing as long as you can. As long as you're sort of confused about certain aspects, that means there's more work for them to do, more brain matter to build. So ask questions that might spark certain ideas for them. Why is that the strongest character? And the other character, what's their defense? What's the objective? Why would anybody be interested in this game and put so many hours into it? I mean, ask questions that, you got to be careful not to be critical or shaming in your tone, but you want to ask questions that, you're really curious about, but you don't know the answers and only they can give them to you. Think about the authority that gives them and how, positive that interaction is with them, in addition to all that intellectual work that they're doing. So you're building your relationship. Now, next time you come around and you see them playing that game or doing that thing, you're going to have an entry point to re-engage them with knowledge that you have and context that they've built for you. What a wonderful thing. You know what? This is the move that nobody thinks of. Try to get it on paper. If you have something you could write on, you might even write a picture of what they're telling you. You can have fun with it, You show them the picture and it looks goofy. They're like, that looks nothing like it. But then they come in, they start drawing something, a correction, right? And then, or you to make an adjustment, but make it an interaction. that's going to draw them out. And the richer that experience is, I'll tell you, the longer they're going to stay with you. Now, the second move that I want to talk with you about, or the third move I guess we're on now, is hold off an extra 60 seconds from reaching for that phone or that device. As long as, as soon as you start to want to feel like you want to do that, hold off for another 60 seconds. See if you can sustain that, because you want to get as much out of that interaction as you can. You also want to test yourself, because I'll tell you what, we are trained to reach for our phones. We do it every day. We do it in numerous situations, not just with our children. And so we're acting on a conditioned impulse in those situations, and we have to resist that. So developing an awareness of that pull and pushing back on it, that's a workout for us too. About this, what if we could turn these sort of moments that are kind of nuisances or annoying, where we have to kind of sit through another monotonous replay of a video game that we could care less about, what if we could turn these into moments of real value, connection, and relationship building with our children, where we also do all these wonderful things for their brain and help them with their future relationships and how to engage people. If you're interested in this type of discussion and this type of material, then please, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. And in any event, I wish you well in your parenting journey, or whatever journey you happen to be on working with younger people. And I hope to see you again soon.